Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about God consuming fire that destroys the wicked, and his fire is never consumed, and it cannot be put out by water. Okay. His fire is the type that is never put out. Okay. And when it comes to the wicked, they the ones will be burned up by this fire. The chosen will not. Okay. And another thing too, the Bibles are not touched. Okay. The Holy Bibles are pretty much holy unto God. Therefore, the fire will not harm it. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all some videos about this and some scriptures. Also, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were in the fire furnace. And the Son of God, well, God himself, Jesus Christ, were in there. He was in there with them, and they were not burned up. Okay. So I'm trying to tell you guys is that his fire, he's a walking, consuming fire. So when you see the scripture where it said his feet like it was burned in the furnace, that means he's a walking, consuming fire. Okay. God is a God of fire. So his feet is like a feet burned in the furnace because he is a consuming fire. He's a fiery God. Okay. He can rain fire upon the wicked and destroy them. Okay. So this is something I have to really touch on because there's fire going on in California and everything is being burned up except the Bibles. Okay. And it's only like the fire only touched what's wicked. What's really wicked. Okay. And the things that's holy unto God, it's not touched. Oh, there was another video where a girl, I think she had her lambs or sheep. Oh, it's the sheep or the lambs. One or two. And they weren't touched. Okay. And there was another video where a baby wasn't touched, but the fire was all around it. Okay. When it comes to fire of God, it won't touch the things that's good. It's going to touch the things that are considered to be wicked against his holy name. Okay. I'm going to read this verse. Okay. Let's see me go here.
This is believed to be the actual remains of Lot's wife. This is...
Okay. Before I get into that video, let's see. Okay, right here. This is the book of Genesis 19, right? So here we go. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. So he saw these angels, and he automatically knew they were angels, and he bowed his face to them. Lot was a servant of God. Okay, so let's continue. And he said, Behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry or not, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early. Go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned unto him, and entered his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be judged. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sword upon the man. Even Lot came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they were wearied themselves to find the door. Okay. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it. Now, what I'm reading to you guys is that because of the sin is so great, okay, God sent his holy angels to get rid of that city. Okay, it provoked God to anger, and so he sent these angels down to destroy it with fire. Okay, so let's continue to read. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him. They brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth, and that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Okay. Now, this fire is pretty great. The fire of God is pretty great. Okay. It could destroy a whole world. It could destroy a whole entire city. This is why it's wise not to mess with God. When you be out here sinning like you do. Okay. You wicked people, you wicked fallen angels, you know how great he is. You know how great the power he has to destroy a whole entire world. And it's real, I'll say crazy, to mess with a God like that. Okay? To mess with a creator that you know can create and destroy. Okay? Especially, you know, he created you to live righteously, and yet you are denying to live righteous, to still be wicked anyway. And you gonna be wicked, and you know for a fact you're doing wrong to do it. God will see to you that you will be perishing in that idea. Okay. People today make excuses for their wickedness, and this was caused God to get angry. They rather to stay in their wickedness than to turn away from them. Okay. So they rather to follow fallen angels or idolize them than to serve God, and then make excuses for why God does not accept their sin, when God written the word, and he is the creator, to tell you to not sin against his holy name. He the one created you. Therefore, he has written the law that we should abide by in the law, to worship his holy name, to know that he is the one created us all. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be created. Okay. So is you give him respect now. Okay? Give God the respect and the honor and the glory. For he the one created all of you. Okay? This is the thing. There's no respect to his holy name, to the reason why he will destroy. Okay? He only likes obedience to his holy name. Okay? And if you wicked and you love your wickedness, well, you will suffer for it. Okay? You chose the choice to be doing wrong and doing wrong against God, then you will suffer for it. And there's a lot of wicked people and fallen angels don't want to hear this. Okay? This is why it's all this prosperity type gospel out here, because they don't want to hear that they're going to get destroyed and go to hell and suffer for all eternity. They don't want to hear that. Okay? Because they know in the meantime they're doing wrong against God and don't want to change from it. They don't want to repent. They don't want to give him the honor. They don't want to say he is God. Yet they trying to avoid the idea of the destruction part, that he can destroy them. Okay? Yes. Your maker can get rid of the ones that are wicked. So let's continue. So he says, and Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified by thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted the concern in this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. Okay. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zor. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Okay. So he rains this fire upon them. Now, when I seen the vision of how the wicked going to get destroyed, it's like fire everywhere. Okay. Fire everywhere. Fire like shh type fire. You know, you see a hurricane, right? Well, it's picture a hurricane with fire. Okay. Like a blasting wind of rain of fire. Okay. That's what I saw in my vision. Lots of times. Okay. Well, this is what happens. This is what happens when it comes to wicked provoking God to anger, that God will send fire upon them and they will suffer the lake of fire. Okay. Let's continue. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Okay. And Abraham get up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. And Lot went up to the Zor, and Lot went up out of Zor, and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zor. He dwelt in a cave. Okay. And he and his 2 daughters dwelt in a cave. Okay. Dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here, because this part is what we want to focus on. The fire of God. Okay. Now, let's go here. this video here.
Jackson died. He said that his best songs came.
Okay.
This is believed to be the actual remains of Lot's wife. Discovered near the Dead Sea, close to where Sodom and Gomorrah are thought to have been located, there is an unusual pillar that some claim is Lot's wife. Archaeologists have studied its strange shape and found that it is composed of 80% salt. What makes this discovery so intriguing is that the Bible says God turned Lot's wife into a pillar of salt when she looked back at the burning cities. While it has not yet been confirmed whether she is encased within the salt, the site provides compelling evidence. This includes millions of pure sulfur balls, mountains of ash covering ancient buildings, and clear burn marks found throughout the area. The site also aligns perfectly with the biblical timeline and location described in Genesis, including Lot's cave, where he hid during Sodom's destruction. This cave is located near the ruins of the cities and matches the geographical details provided in the biblical account. Local legend and archaeology also support the claim, with early Christians building a church around it as a sign of reverence, further adding credibility to the discovery.
Okay. I wanted to show you that because you see how the Bible, King James, is the truth. Okay. I'm showing you guys this because you have liars that's saying the Bible is a contradiction, ain't real, and all this. I'm going to show you videos and what even the archaeologists said. Okay. Now, the archaeologists, they just saying what we already, Christians who are with God, know. Okay. So, I'm letting you guys see this. This is evidence of everything about what God is saying in Genesis and in the Bible, the King James Bible and his living word. The reason why a lot of wicked are against this word is because they don't want to seek to be righteous. Therefore, they want to stay in their wickedness and get consumed by this fire. Okay. God said, they shall have their part of the lake of fire. And a lot of times, these wicked people do not want to change away from their wickedness. So they make excuses. Okay. Let's go here.
This is believed to be the...
Okay, let me go. Let's see.
actual remains of Lot's wife.
Let's see, I'm trying to get to the other ones. Maybe I should go into this. Thought I had... Okay, I'm going to do this here. Okay. I thought I'd send those videos to me, but I guess not. Let's see if I can find the one. Okay, here we go.
Always and profane. But guess what? It's still living.
Okay. Another G.
And what does it say? Sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of God's grace. Wow. That's right. And today is July 7th. That's crazy.
Pretty.
See? Everything burned, but the word of the living God. The Bibles are not being burned, you guys. Do you see how amazing this is? Okay. I'm letting y'all see what God is protecting. I'm letting y'all see who shall be burned. Okay. The wicked is always going to be burned by the fire. God protects his chosen and the righteous people of God and his living word. As you can see, that's what he's doing. Okay. Lots of times that's what goes on. Okay. So let's go to another video that shows that. Okay.
Bro, out of this whole burnt shit, bro, this Bible is not.
Nah, bro.
That's God. Look around, bro.
See?
Nah, bro.
Found the Bible in a burned down building. Only left that wasn't burnt was the Bible. I'm letting y'all see this. Again, God is showing you who he is God. Who is the one that is going to reign. Okay? Now, a lot of times, the wicked don't want y'all to see this because they want y'all to idolize them. Okay? But Jesus Christ himself have taught us to live righteous and live holy. He told us not to be unholy, not to be wicked. Yet we have people that are denying the ideal of that to make excuses to continue to be wicked. You know, it's worse to know the truth to be wicked anyway. Okay? And we have a lot of people and demons themselves who have fell from heaven because they've seen heaven, know the truth, and yet be wicked anyway. Go against the king, go against the Father, and then try to deceive man and woman to go against God. Do you know how angry God is with all this murder, with all this backbite, with all this lying, with all this deception, with all this deceit, with all this crazy stuff that's wicked in this world today? Killing kids, killing your spouses, killing your loved ones, killing your family members, killing everything that's used in sight because you think you can kill. God told us not to kill. Thou shalt not kill. Then you have people or demonic fallen angels saying that God told them to. Going against God and his living word when his living word told you not to do it. Okay? I'm going to show you who's reigning, who's going to reign, and who's going to forever reign. Okay? These demons think they can be gods because they're in the government right now. Let me tell you something, demons. Who you think allow you to be there? I want you to understand something. God can create and God can destroy. Okay? So, let's go to another video. And this is in California, by the way. Okay? Everything burnt up but the Bible. I'm just saying. Okay? Let's go here.
I found a Bible inside the car.
A car where nothing else survived. The Lord's words were still there.
The outside of the Bible had some charge.
See, it's nothing but videos on that, right?
This guy.
Here we go.
I'm in this burnt house, right? Everything burnt. I thought the Bible, there ain't nothing wrong with the Bible, Father.
See? Los Angeles, California. Now, they over there complaining about the water, okay? Let's see. California, water. California. For fire.
So here's an update on the wildfires in the Palisades that is going on in Southern California right now. Did you guys know that there's no water? There's absolutely no water in these three areas.
LA is on fire again. So this massive explosion just happened at a fireworks warehouse in Yolo County in California, causing a huge fire as you guys can see. Casualties are not yet known, but 2 homes were destroyed as a result. This here is the footage of the actual factory. As you can see, it blew up, just had a massive explosion. And over here, fireworks start to come off after this mushroom cloud. Looking pretty cool, but you know, there's probably about 30,000 people inside of that building that just blew up. Since it's a 4th of July based issue, of course it's gonna...
Okay, let me go back.
So here, did you see...
Okay.
This destruction.
See, California water. Let me put this. Let's put this here.
LA's on fire again. LA's on...
So the state of California will
So,
Salt.
This behind me is California. I believe this is the Palisades, the Palisades behind me, where I know several people that actually used to live there now. They don't live there anymore because their homes are gone. But that's the Palisades behind me. Let's take a look at this short clip.
But their hands have been tied, and they can't fight a fire without water and the resources that are needed. Everybody knew these winds were coming. The other question has to be, you know,
You need to be packing your car immediately. Don't wait. Just pack your car. Photo albums, medications, birth certificates, social security cards, anything you cannot live without. Put it in the car in case you get because this is imminent.
So here's an update on the wildfires in the Palisades.
yeah, I already showed that.
So here's an update on
Mexico's the hardest working people on the planet. You know why I say the planet?
Mexican firefighters don't use water in California fires.
Look at Europe. You know why everything's so old in Europe? Because they don't have any Mexicans there to build them new shit.
Okay. Mexican firefighters to the rescue in California. Smoke not harder. This is how to stop the fire from spreading. So, Mexican firefighters don't use water in California fires.
tied. And
So a lot of people, including me, have been curious why can they not use ocean water? Because Los Angeles is right by the ocean. You see all that blue. Why can't they use ocean water to tackle the fires? It's right there. They're saying hydrants are running out of water. We're like, why the heck can't they use salt water? While salt water can be effective when tackling a fire, it's not practical for firefighters to use it routinely or system-wide. And it can be environmentally damaging. According to technology.org, salt water can be corrosive to firefighting equipment and cause...
So
So a lot of people, including me, have been curious why...
let's see. What's this one here? Let me go back.
99 miles.
Water pressure issues have prevented the firefighters from putting out some of the blazes.
There are several homes burning. This is the one that firefighters were trying to put out a little while ago, but you can see right now it's just kind of out of control. Since then, firefighters have lost water pressure on the hydrant, so they can't get any more water onto this fire and the ones down the hill because of the water pressure issues. There are several homes burning. This is the one that firefighters were trying to put out a little while ago, but you can see right now.
Alfalfa is legal. California is right on the ocean. Why can't they just use ocean water to put out the fire?
What I know from talking to the government,
Put the power
there
star,
are concerns
put the
out
power
there that there's also been
Okay.
water.
So
inaccurate information from Donald Trump and others. What's not?
So
the water here, they're complaining about the water over there. Okay. Now, the other guy, the other firefighter said he used water, but the water pressure ain't good enough. And it was stopping the water, the fire was still spreading. Okay. Now, notice what I'm saying here. Everything is burning up over there except the Bibles. Now, California. Do you not have Hollywood over there? You have Hollywood. Bohemian Grove. Those underground tunnels for those fallen angels. What else? Oh, don't forget the gangs that's run rapid over there. It's a lot of, the Satanic Church, along with the Satanic Temple and Red Cross. It's a lot of satanic stuff. I can see why it's really burning over there. And burning. Right? And the Bibles ain't being touched. Do y'all see what's going on? I see it. The fire is going to only touch what's wicked. It's only touching this what's wicked, you guys. Bibles are pretty much sacred to God. The Holy Bible is written by the holy angels, so you can put fire on it. It will not be burned up. The holy angels, along with the prophets of God, written this Bible. They written it, you guys. Okay, the King James Bible is the truth. Of course, those are going to be protected. Of course. That's why I'm showing you guys how truthful this Bible is and the reason why these devils hate against it. Because they don't want to hear that they're going to get destroyed. What devil want to hear that, right? But if you devils would have obeyed God in heaven and noticed that he was your king, you would have never got kicked out like you were when you tried to deny his holy name to be your own gods. Again, I done seen visions where fire was all around me and I was not touched. Even my friend Mercy saw the same type of vision. Because chosen people of God are protected among this fire. The wicked is not. So people, let me show you this too. The book of Revelation. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. The book of Revelation. Right here. So, since the devil is going to deceive, which he have been doing, deceive the whole world, then they will make war with the saints, which they are doing. And they went up on the breadth of this earth and compassed the camp of the saints about. And the beloved city fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire, brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So I wanted to read you that, guys, so y'all can see that only the fire is going to touch what's wicked. It's not going to touch the chosen. So I wanted to show you that the Bibles are protected, the chosen people of God is protected from the fire. Okay? We chosen can walk among it and it will not burn us. It will not burn us. The Bibles can be there and it will not burn it. Okay? I'm showing you guys how truthful this Bible is. How the living word is. Do not listen to these liars that's out here, because demons are lying against it so they can lead you astray. So people, serve this word here. Jesus Christ is God.